You are now listening to the National Show with Gangsterville and McGee. The National Show, the National Show, the National Show, no show, no show. The National Show, the National Show, the National Show, no show, no show. All right, No Nation. This is the National Show with Gangsterville and McGee. If you are watching us live from YouTube, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube page, which is YouTube.com/National. That's at NATIONOLE. And then for IGX and all the links, you can catch our link tree, which is Linktree/National Show. That's NATIONOLESHOW. Or you can go directly to the source, to our website with the latest show. The live show will be aired on it, and some nice merchandise is on there or whatever, which is national.com, nationole.com. All right, y'all. We is in for another fun and exciting Thursday morning talking about everything Florida State.
Yo. Next Thursday's Christmas. You want to do it on Wednesday, maybe instead?
Yeah, that's
probably the play.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. I know you got kids. I ain't got no kids, but I know you got responsibilities on the holidays.
Oh, so I'm off, so it don't matter to me, bro. But you can do it Wednesday just for viewerships and stuff or whatever. Let everybody else spend time with their kids.
There you go.
Yeah.
Wild shit going on in college football, man. Wild shit. Coach carousel is just, we thought it was over and it's not,
Oh,
no. we might see a couple things happen if there's a potential, if there's any validity to the rumors that if Alabama loses, maybe Homie heads up to Michigan, then there's going to be another job opening. That's a big job. And there's if God forbid we find out that the handsome dude at Notre Dame takes the gig in New York for the Giants, and next thing you know, that job's open up, and we're not done with this. We're not done.
Oh yeah.
And now we're going to see some NFL jobs open up too. It's kind of the same coaching pool, so. That's it's the exciting time of college football is kind of just now upon us. I kind of like the offseason almost as much, if not a little more, than football lately.
Especially this year, with the culmination of all of the transfers and the coaching changes, and I feel like we're seeing, the hole was clogged up last year. It was a new environment, so everybody was holding on, trying to see what's up or what's going on, or what the environment looking like. Now the floodgates have opened. I don't think we've ever seen a year with this much turmoil and turnover, bro. So.
That's right.
Yeah.
And we're going to see tons of players kind of follow suit. All of a sudden, if the coach isn't who they thought it was going to be, they don't want to be there, or it's time to bounce, go somewhere else. You already see Lagway in the portal, that the Underwood kid up in Michigan is not going to be at Michigan now. It looks like, Homie from Nebraska is bouncing, and Raiola. Dylan Raiola is looking like he's leaving. It's going to be we're going to see as many teams that were bad this year be good next year as we did this year. All of a sudden, that whole Homie took all the JMU players with him to Indiana, and all of a sudden 2 years later they're good. That's not going to be a rarity. Texas Tech isn't going to be a rarity. We're going to see other schools like that, and because of that, we're going to see other schools that are supposed to do well not do well. Penn State, right? We're going to see more coaches.
Alabama,
fired,
Texas,
right?
Yeah.
We're going to see more coaches get fired as a result of the portal than hired as a result of the portal. And that's for sure. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, man. One thing I was thinking about is how do you feel? Because I've been really looking at it as far as just us, like not developing the quarterback. But really, when I look across the nation, especially with all of these transfers, I don't see too many fucking schools that have the guy that's been there for 2 or 3 years and developed into the starter. How do you feel about this whole era of musical chairs as quarterbacks? Seems like every year.
I don't hate it, right? Like I think it's interesting and it enables some teams to kind of refresh their roster on the fly. But I would argue that you're about to see Arch Manning do exactly that, where he came in, he said, "No, this is Ewer's job." And he was the backup. He learned the system. He got his feet.
Yep, got his feet wet, got straight in there and everything. Yeah, man.
So I would watch out for them next year. Yeah, Texas is going to be something. He's going to be comfortable in the gig.
Yeah, but and Arch, the thing about Arch, I'm gonna go off of Steve Spurrier with that. I feel if he was good enough, he would have started his freshman year or whatever. So that's kind of with his notoriety, I see, but from his gameplay, bro, I see why you was started or whatever.
Well, you're about to see Zach Ewers start for an NFL team next week. I mean, it's not like it's not like he showed up and the guy was, maybe. I mean, the guy's an NFL quarterback, starting quarterback, right?
But my thing is, we've seen true freshmen outperform what Arch was able to do on the field this year or whatever. So, I personally don't like it in the sense that with it going with so many quarterbacks switching teams and stuff, you kind of don't get that Jordan Travis mystique with a program, like how Jordan Travis was the quarterback, was the heart and soul of the team because he had been here year after year, ate, slept, and shit Florida State football or whatever, like the Jameis Winstons, the Tim Tebow's, everybody's a rented assassin. So I kind of feel like you lose more of the team from the year to year with losing your leader. Like, imagine if we got a new president every year, bro. Like, this country flip-flops from 4 years to 4 years, depending on which party wins or whatever. So imagine if that was year after year, how much turmoil this country would be in, bro. We'd be fucking crazy as hell.
I get it. I've always wondered what it would be like to see professional sports with 1-year contracts, only 1-year contracts, and we're kind of seeing it in college football now.
Yep.
And it's honestly, I'm going to bring him back up, but I would appreciate the fact that we're seeing Arch Manning entering his 4th year at Texas because we're not going to see it that much more, that much more often going forward. Especially with the coaches moving so frequently and the boosters having such high expectations and the money being so big. You know what I mean? We might never see it again at a major school. It's just going to be really rare. It's going to be really rare. So, hey, I'm in Miami. Shout out to the Miami-born kid that won the Heisman with Indiana. Awesome. Awesome. But like I said, I'm in Miami. I am in HGAB Studios. It is in magical Midtown Miami. It is a fantastic place to base your creative pursuits out of, and they're fantastic partners for anything you're working on. So holler at them if you need anything. And right next door is the Coral Boutique. Check out the Coral Boutique. Stylish, very cool, rare coral, cool tropical fish, saltwater supplies and aquariums, etc. You can also check it out at thecoralboutique.com. CORALBOUTIQUE ?
Yeah, you got it in my book. I'm not gonna spell check that.
That's funny. Oh, All right. Why don't we do this pro no report? If we'll kind of roll through it. We kind of just got some basketball and some football to talk about, and then we'll talk about next week's games because there's a handful of bowl games. Plus, we get rolling with the college football playoffs. So
cool.
In case you're wondering, Malik Beasley is still a free agent. It is what it is. Jabir Watkins got a little run this weekend. Let's see, 15 points and 8 rebounds. Nice. Plus 2 blocks and an assist in 29 minutes. It was a loss on Friday night at home against Cleveland. But he also played again, I think, Sunday, and they got a W at Indy. Not so much, fewer minutes on the second game, but still, it's nice seeing him out on the court. Washington gets the rare W. They are 4-20 on the season. I don't know why anybody might smile at that, but it is kind of,
pathetic. That's
Oh, Terrence Mann and the Nets. They're 7-18 on the season. They did an L and a W this week, or maybe 2. L and a W. 12 points, 7 assists, 4 rebounds, 2 steals in a loss at Dallas on Friday. He got another 12 points and another 2 steals actually in a win versus Milwaukee. What's up with Giannis, man? Is Antetokounmpo going to be a buck at the end of the season?
No.
Like going into the playoffs. Like this season, like going into this season's playoffs, is he going to be in a different jersey?
I believe so. Yeah, I believe he is definitely getting moved before the trade deadline. Hell, he was almost moved this offseason, bro. Yeah. I feel like this was his only way to come back was a kind of prove it situation. Hey, if we're a good team, we're in the playoffs. I'm here. If not, send me on.
Yeah. Adding Miles Turner wasn't enough this offseason. Just wasn't enough. It just wasn't enough. I don't know where he's going to end up, but I think you're right, man. I think it's a midseason. So I'll tell you what, if it's not by the trade deadline, it's like 110% this offseason. There's no way he's spending the rest of his career. All right. Patrick Williams and the Bulls been kind of sliding. They got a much needed W on Friday at Charlotte. Our dude PW got 16 with 5 rebounds, an assist, and a steal, and a block. That's pretty good. And then they got right back to losing. The homie got 4 rebounds and assist with 8 points and a loss against New Orleans, which isn't like the easiest thing to do right now. It is kind of hard to lose to New Orleans.
Right.
And then only 2 points, no real other stats in 11 minutes. Only 11 minutes. I don't know why, but Wednesday night, I guess before the couple of days off, maybe they wanted to give him a little extra. I don't know, but it doesn't seem like there was an injury. But that was a W versus first Cleveland. So they're sitting at 11-15 after that hot start. They're a couple games below 500. They, I suspect they're going to be fighting for a play-in slot in the playoffs.
Yeah, could be. Yeah,
and honestly, like, death taxes and the Bulls in the play-in game seems to be like standard operating procedure, I think they've been in it every year since they started it. We might just start calling it the Chicago Bulls play-in game for the NBA playoffs, right? Give them naming rights like a bowl game. All right, the Magic, they are 15-11. They only had 1 game this week. They lost to the Knicks as the Knicks rolled to win the NBA Cup. We'll talk about that in a second. But Jonathan Isaac, only 10 minutes, but he got 5 points and 4 rebounds. Well, at least he's, contributing in the few minutes he's out there. Hopefully they ramp up, or maybe they don't, ramp him up as needed later in the season. The Toronto Raptors and Scotty Barnes, they got a big W on Monday night right here in Miami. Just a mile and a half, I'm going to guess, from where I sit right now. The Raptors are 16-11. They beat the Heat. He dropped 17 with 10 rebounds, a little double-double action.
Nice.
Plus plus 6 assists, 3 blocks, 2 steals, just filling the sheet like he's been doing all season. All right, that's the East. Over on the West, Devin Vassell. They lost to the Knicks in the finals for the Cup, but it's nice to see Wemby back. He had a big Saturday night where he just looked amazing the second he got back out there, and then they struggled a little bit Wednesday night, but that could be, a little bit of rust. But Vassell still dropped 12 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists.
Nice.
Yeah, man, it's cool. It's they're doing what they do. The Spurs are they're going to be a real problem in the West, but I worry that Vassell might, as per our earlier conversation, Vassell might end the season in a Bucks uniform, and I worry that they're going to put a little package of picks and a player or two, and he's kind of the perfect player to put in that deal. And
Vassell, De'Aaron Fox, and
a bunch of picks or a couple picks, and you get Giannis and his brothers.
Yeah.
I don't know. It would make the Spurs a real problem for everybody this season. So I hope not. I like seeing him in that organization. He seems to be playing very well in those circumstances too, with playing next to Wemby and the other studs kind of on that roster. So I hopefully he sticks around. All right. You want to talk a little NFL?
Yeah, boy.
So, no more bias. We're done with that. We're kind of coming down to it in the regular season.
Coming down to the wire, and just like college football, I feel like the tides and everything is changing in the NFL, man.
Indeed. We're seeing teams miss the playoffs that we've never seen miss the playoffs, and we're seeing teams make the playoffs.
Remember early this year, we was talking about the Chiefs. You're like, fuck that, man. They somehow find a reason to put it together every year. Don't bet against them.
I
was thinking that for a minute, but boy,
I'll tell you what, man. Until they're out, I don't believe it. Right? Like, so now I don't believe it. No, now I don't believe it. But right. I suspect they might have. We might see. I don't know. You're hearing different stuff all over, but we might see Kelsey leave. We might see Andy Reid take off. We might see next year kind of them scale back the salaries as much as they can and kind of restructure some contracts as much as they can. And we might see the following year, it's the following year, you're going to see the new Chiefs, right? Like you're going to see a head coach that it's quite possible, the quarterback has something to say in who it is, and we're going to see a new rebuilt roster around that's designed in such a way for Mahomes to make, a real run at history, and he can't do it. You can't do what the Warriors are doing and trying to hang on to you got to be way more like Belichick was with the Patriots and get rid of them early. Even if Brady goes and wins if Brady goes and wins in Tampa Bay, it's still the right way to run the organization. Get out before it's too late. You don't want to be doing what the Warriors are doing right now. You just
I just hope to see Andy Reid stay, because I don't think he's the issue. I think the bigger issue is what you mentioned with the contracts, bro. They have so many big contracts. The Chiefs of the old days, we remember those explosive rookies and those guys on those 2-3 year deals. Well, once they started getting those big contracts and all that money, like you said, the same situation with Tampa Bay. With New England. We thought Tom Brady was finished because there wasn't enough, star players or whatever around him. And then he goes to Tampa Bay with weapons and boom, MVP again or whatever. So I don't think it's a system. I just think they got to get him some offensive line and then a couple more explosive players. I haven't seen an explosive running back in Kansas City in years, and then the receivers they get, they're always hurt or, can't contribute or whatever. So they just got to, strike out, bro.
It is the NFL. It is very easy to end contracts if you're a team. It's everything's team friendly. So I could see them kind of restructuring everything and kind of reimagining the next chapter for the organization. I could see Andy Reid taking it'd be weird not having him as the head coach, but I could see him taking like an assistant to the GM kind of
Bruce Arians.
Like an assistant to the owner, kind of senior advisor, whatever kind of made up position, head coach emeritus. I don't know, whatever you want to fucking call him. But I don't know. I don't know if he's ready for that, but he's closer to the end than the beginning, obviously.
Yeah, definitely.
Maybe it's time. But now you sort of got to, as the Chiefs, you sort of got to take advantage of this. You want to see what you do have on the roster and start getting rid of some of those big contracts and just kind of accept that the rest of this year is bad and next year is going to be a struggle.
Oh, and we forgot to mention that Patrick Mahomes injury.
That's what I was talking about.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, like will he be back the same next year and stuff or whatever?
Well, he's going to be. I mean, that injury happened so late in the season that next year is fucked. Adrian Peterson came back in 9 months. All right.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
He's the fucking rarity. Most people come back from that injury at least a year. At least a year. So right. I mean, I'm at least assuming. I'm going to assume he's not going to be ready for the beginning of next season.
But my question is not when he ready, is when he get ready, will he have those same legs that he had before? Because we've seen a lot of people with that energy come back and they're never, everybody don't come back like AP.
I have complete faith that Mahomes could turn into a pocket passer and still rip apart the NFL. So yes, he might lose half a step when he takes off running on his top speed. He might, I don't even, we already kind of saw him the last year and a half stop scrambling as much. But I'm not worried about that fucking arm and that. He could turn into a pocket passer and still be the best quarterback in the league. So I'm not so worried about him recovering. And it's just the ACL, no other CLs. Just the ACLs.
No other CLs.
Modern tech and medicine is phenomenal. He'll be fine.
Agreed.
All right, let's do this. The Giants, we go from worst to best. All right, Giants are 2-12. They're kind of a mess, right? But Brian Burns has had a great season. The team lost again. They lost to the Washington Commanders 29-21, but they were on the losing side of that at home. Brian Burns got a tackle and a fumble recovery. I realized this weekend I had company over and Red Zone was on, and I realized that I was annoying as fuck because every time I remember this play came on Red Zone, I'm like, oh, he went to Florida State, and then such and such play happened. I'm like, oh, he went to Florida State. Oh,
that's funny.
All day on Red Zone, all day. There was a lot of good plays by Florida State guys too. But
nice,
yeah. Also on the Giants, Graham Gano is on IR. So, but Jameis Winston, he did get out there for a few plays, no stats of note, but. It made me realize they should probably re-sign him for next year if they're gonna keep running it with Jackson Dart because he is reckless with his personal health, I believe is the right way to phrase it. So having Jameis Winston there is probably a good idea for the Giants. Also, he's like a perfect fit for that city, and he's awesome to have. Like. I don't ever want
to plug and play him anywhere, bro.
He'll make it work. He'll make it work. Other side of that, the Commanders, they're 4-10 right now. They did get that W. And Eddie Goldman got a touchdown. A tackle in the game. The Jets, 3-11. They lost 20. They only put up 20, but they gave up 48 at Jacksonville. Jacksonville dropping 48. They seem to be like dialing it in for the playoffs. We'll talk about them in a minute. But Jermaine Johnson got 2 tackles. Azariah Thomas is on the IR. Hopefully.
Oh man, that's for the season there.
That's probably the season, yeah. And why it's the Jets.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna, you're not gonna come back for that. There's nothing they're playing for. Speaking of IR, the Cardinals also, we know Trey Benson's out for the season. Josh Sweat got a tackle in their loss at Houston. Cardinals 3-11 on the season. Not a great season for the Cardinals. The Chiefs, we just talked about how they season ended. Derek Nandi did get 2 tackles in the loss to the Chargers. The Steelers, Jalen Ramsey. I feel like if it's not every week, it's every other week. I'm saying this, but just having an incredible season. Just having an incredible season for the Steelers. 6 more tackles to the season total. Plus he got a sack, which is always fun when you see the cornerback rushing in there. I love that shit. The Carolina Panthers, they're 7-7. They're 500 on the season. They lost at New Orleans, 20-17. Ryan Fitzpatrick, 1 of 1 on the field goals, 2 of 2 on the extra points. All right. I don't like that they lost.
Yeah.
I don't like that they lost.
Yeah, we needed New Orleans to win that one. Yeah.
This is a very big game that the Carolina Panthers are hosting against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers this weekend. Both teams are 500 at 7-7, and the division is on the line. They play twice still. Twice in 4 weeks. We gotta win both of these games. It starts with this one. Gotta win Sunday. Sunday is a must win for the Buccos, buddy. All right. The Texans, we talked about how they beat Arizona 40-20. They are 8-5 on the season. Mario Edwards Jr. had 2 tackles and then game-ending and season-ending injury. He is on the IR. Don't love that. The Chargers, we talked about how they beat Kansas City. They got the W at Kansas City, 16-13. They are 10-4 on the season. I think they've already clinched the playoff spot. If not, they're very close. Our dude, Derwin James Jr., got 10 tackles, 2 passes defended, and got the interception that ended the season for Kansas City.
The guy. He is the guy. Has been year in and year out, bro.
Yeah, man. Just have a game. Have a season, buddy. But really, that was a great game. Derwin James, it's hard to, we can talk about season-long awards and stuff later, and in a week or 2 or 3 or whatever. But he's in the conversation for Defensive Player of the Year.
Hell yeah.
He's just it's amazing. He's kind of dragging the Chargers along in some weeks. There were some really bad weeks, but that team seems to be getting healthy and getting it all together at the right time. Watch out for the Chargers. That's all I'm saying. We talked about the Jaguars. They're 10-4 after the win versus the Jets, 48-20. Damn. Jerry Jones had 2 tackles in that game. The Bills, we talked about, we will talk about New England. Crazy comeback win. Coleman, no stats. No stats. He was active, but no stats. We've seen this before this season. Keon Coleman not going to be a Bill next season.
If his contract ain't up, he's getting traded
110%. He's 2 years into his rookie deal. That's still super desired by other teams. If he's great, you can franchise him. You have those rights. He's going to get traded. 49ers beat the Tennessee Titans 37-24. While Tanner Bethune did not play, he is questionable for next week, so it looks like he might be coming back. He's dealing with an ankle. But Tanner Bethune, Renardo Green got 4 tackles in the win. Another team kind of they looked off a few weeks throughout the season, but they seem to be getting healthy and putting it together late.
Oh yeah. And they've been holding it strong while all the people have been out too, especially with all them defensive players hurt or whatever.
Yeah, so, that's absolutely right. It's just great coaching. It's a real testament to that coaching staff.
Oh yeah, definitely. Great coaching, great system, all of the above.
Yeah, and it all starts with our guy, John Lynch, up top.
Yep.
It all starts with quality admin. You know what I mean? Real good leadership. The Rams are 11-3 on the season. They got a big W against the Lions, who Lions might miss the playoffs.
They've been sliding.
Yeah, they're the exact opposite of those last few teams we talk about getting healthy or getting it going at the end of the season. They're falling apart, man. 41-34, they won that game. The defense by the Rams is obviously anchored by a pair of Knowles. Braden Fisk, 3 tackles on the day. He is actually dealing with an ankle issue. He is questionable for next week, but I suspect he will play. And
limited playing time.
Yeah, Jared Verse dealt with a lot of double teams in the plays I saw, but he did get a tackle. And I'm gonna say the Rams are a legitimate playoff contender. Could you imagine? What's great? It could be the Chargers versus the Rams in the Super Bowl.
That'd be a good game.
That would be a great game. It would be a really great game. It'd be wild that the 2 LA teams would be playing, but whatever. That'd be a fun game to watch.
Yeah.
And last, the Patriots, after losing to the Buffalo Bills, again, they were up big, man. They were up big. That could be a wake up call for like the negative kind of wake up call. Oh shit, we're not as good as we thought we were, kind of a thing. I don't know. Sometimes you lose a game and it costs you 2 losses. This could be it. I would, if you're looking at the NFL sides this week, maybe lay off the Patriots. But Joshua Farmer got 2 tackles in the loss, and yeah, man, that is all of our Pro Noll report for Thursday, December 18th, 2025, presented by National.com.
Yeah, boy. That's what's up, man.
Yeah, man. So, listen, last week it was hard to find a bowl game that you were all that interested in. Let me see what I can do this week. Let me go through and see what we got and see if there's anything that catches your attention. We have the Myrtle Beach Bowl, Kennesaw State versus Western Michigan University. Any interest?
No.
None. How about in Tampa, the Gasparilla Bowl?
That's always nice.
Memphis, Coach Norvell's old team, is a 4.5 point underdog versus NC State.
That I will be keeping an eye on. Yep.
Yeah.
Definitely gonna watch that because that quarterback from NC State, I think he's one of the ones that's gonna be in the transfer portal and end up somewhere.
Rumor has it. I can't imagine he would end up in Tallahassee. It wouldn't surprise me if we grabbed somebody in the portal, but I don't think we would take him.
Hey, we got Castellanos from Georgia Tech, so you never know.
Boston College.
Oh, but yeah, that's what I meant. Boston College. Yeah. So,
no, but he was somewhere before. Oh, UCF, Boston College.
Yeah.
And I think we find out next week or a week and a half if he's able to get one more year. So you never know. Maybe he comes back for a year. I'll pay attention to this game. I'll cheer for Memphis here plus the points. Although I think NC State will probably beat them if they take the game seriously. If they take the game seriously, that's what you got to think about in some of these bowl games when you're betting these bowl games. Which team cares? Memphis might look at this as a chance to get on the national picture by knocking off a ACC team,
And then you also got to look at these bowl game series as a playing field for these smaller teams to let you know this gap ain't as big as what it used to be or whatever. The same way South Florida got up on UF this year or whatever, you just never know, bro. So that makes these bowl games that much more interesting to watch.
Plus, everybody's auditioning for their next NIL deal.
Yep. That part.
All right, let's keep it rolling. How about the famous Idaho Potato Bowl? It is Washington State plus 2.5 versus Utah State. This is the game they play on the blue turf at Boise.
I'll probably check it out just for the blue turf.
All right. I won't, but I do think there were times this year where I wanted to take Utah State seriously, and there were times this year that I did take Washington State seriously. We'll see what happens. And, while I probably won't tune in, I will keep an eye on the score. We'll see.
Yeah.
How about the Boca Raton Bowl? I could hop in the car and ride up. It is Toledo plus 6.5 versus Louisville.
No interest on that one.
Yeah, not a great matchup there, to be honest.
I
would have loved to see Louisville play somebody a little bit more of a on par with them. How about
them beat Miami this year? Yeah,
right. The New Orleans Bowl, Western Kentucky versus Southern Miss.
Nah, I'm not watching that.
Yeah, I don't even have a line on it, but I would my auto lean is Southern Miss because it's very close to New Orleans. So it's a short trip for them. A lot of fans will be there, etc. That's where I would automatically start on that side if I was to consider this game. How about the Frisco Bowl? It is UNLV versus Ohio.
I'm not.
Yeah, I don't care about that one. This one is a little interesting. The Hawaii Bowl is Cal ACC representative Cal versus Hawaii, and Hawaii is getting 1.5 points. It's in Honolulu. Interesting. Interesting. Cal is dialed in with they do a lot of their recruiting. A lot of their recruiting in Hawaii, starting with their. They got a quarterback who's from Hawaii, and their new head coach. They said that the second that the head coach took the job or got the job, he was on the staff. But when he was bumped up to HC, the first thing he did was get on a plane to Hawaii and just head back. We're still good, right? We're still right. Hawaii is the pipeline for Cal. So that's kind of a good game. That'll be fun to watch, and there's always a little pomp and circumstance. At the Hawaii Bowl, they put on a good show. So that's actually fun to watch. All right, now let's get to the 4 games that matter this week.
Right on.
All right, it's the quarterfinals of the college football playoffs, or the round 1 of the college football playoffs, or however they say it. 4 teams have a bye, and then these are home games for the higher seed. Right? So we'll go in temporal order. Number 9, Alabama, plus 1.5 points at number 8, Oklahoma in Norman.
God dang, that's a good game. I want to lean towards Alabama, but Oklahoma ain't no pushover, bro. So I don't know on that one. I don't know.
It is going to be rowdy town in Norman. All right.
Yeah.
I want to say last year, either 3 or 4 or all 4 of the home teams won. So let's be mindful of that.
Right.
It's going to be crazy. The fans are going to be nuts. Mateer has had extra weeks. Again, we've been talking about it all, most of the season of he had surgery in season on his wrist, was back in 3 weeks. And it's you're seeing him a little more confident, right? And now he's had 2 weeks off. We've seen Alabama kind of get caught multiple times this season, not just at the beginning of the season, but also at the end of the season.
Yeah, right.
And now we're hearing that their coach might be moving to Michigan. All right. So bro.
Mm-hmm.
I am all over Oklahoma to cover that 1.5 at home. I think they're going to freaking handle business. That's an easy wager for me. That is an easy wager for me. I'm very comfortable with that. And I know it's wild. Oh, betting against Alabama in the playoff, whatever, dude. This isn't Nick Saban's Alabama.
Yeah, right.
This isn't Bear Bryant's Alabama, right? Like it's a different situation.
Right.
You know? So,
mm-hmm.
Yeah. But that is like that's like can't miss TV.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Right. Like I'm definitely like, it's not keeping an eye on the score. It's not like peeking in and then moving over to a movie or something. It is like, I'll be dialed in. Like that's going to be a great game.
Yep.
The next game is also the other. I think the first 2 games this weekend are going to be the best too. The next one is number 10, Miami. They're getting 3.5 points. They're plus 3.5 at number 7, Texas A&M.
I don't know. Maybe Texas A&M on this one. I'm rolling with the home team. Now that you mentioned the stats from last year.
That's a tough place to go win. Under normal circumstances.
Right.
This whole
right. Way back to Johnny Manziel.
These home playoff game things are wild, bro. I love it. Miami, though, like all that yelling, all that, how you gonna have Notre Dame in and not us? All that yelling. Don't you think they gotta go back that shit up now?
The thing with Miami is I don't trust my money with them in the crunch time with the team that they have, bro. And what you saying, how the home teams do,
you don't trust Carson Beck, is what you're saying. You just don't
basically, yeah. I don't,
he's had a great numbers wise. He's had a great year. His turnovers are way down, interception rates way down. But then you see him make the mistake like late in the game when the game is on the line, kind of mistake, and that's.
A lot of it has to do with a transition from the SEC to the ACC. He's getting more cupcakes this year than he got the last couple of years versus Georgia. So of course he's going to.
Miami had. It wasn't the easiest schedule, but they played some games
compared to Georgia's schedule over the last year. It's easier. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Not the easiest, but they did. Easier.
They played. Didn't they already play Texas A&M?
Did they?
They played somebody. No, they played Notre Dame.
No, Notre Dame. They played Notre
Dame and Texas A&M played. Pardon me. I do like that. I do like that defense. Miami's got those 2 kids on defense that are nasty together.
I've always said this: if they had Cam Ward with this defense, this Miami team would be freaking deadly, bro. Deadly. Yeah. But it's just, last year they was missing the defense. This year, Carson Beck is not a bad quarterback. He just isn't one to rely on in the clutch, in my eyes. He's shown whenever competition is high and everything is level on the playing fields, he doesn't perform up to par. So yeah. I'm just going off of history with that. It's the reason why he's not back in Georgia and Gunnar Stockton running the show.
I don't think I'm betting this game, but I'm definitely watching it. If I had to bet it, and if I see certain things happen early in the game, maybe I bet it like live or in game or something. But in general, I kind of with you. I'm kind of leaning towards A&M. But man, that defense on Miami really does. I could see Miami winning one. I could see Miami, and then everybody getting real loud about, oh shit, they're gonna be national championships. I could see all that bullshit happening.
The thing that scares me with Texas A&M is Miami's kryptonite is a team with a good line, and Texas A&M has a great offensive line to neutralize their defensive line. Yeah, and they got a good defensive line to get at their quarterback. So
yeah. No, that's a great point. That offensive line, Texas A&M's legit. It'll be a good game to watch. It'll be a fun battle, especially that battle specifically, that Miami defensive front against the offensive line of Texas A&M. It really is a nasty D end and linebacker combo that Miami's rolling out there, though, with Baines and his homie, whose name I always forget. All right. Number 20, Tulane, is getting 17.5 points at number 6, Ole Miss. Lane.
Wow.
Kiffin. Charlie Weiss Jr. came back to be their offensive coordinator for this run in the playoffs before he goes to LSU. Tulane lost to Ole Miss once already this season, which is weird that they're getting. I don't know. I guess it happened. Whatever. They were better than James Madison, so they get they get that spot. 17.5 points is a lot of points, and Ole Miss has got to be like emotionally drained after all the drama.
That's the X factor right there, with all of the drama going on over the last couple of weeks. Losing your coach, your players are not thinking about the bowl game now. Now they're thinking about, am I coming back next year? What's the new coaching staff gonna look like? It's just so much uncertain, and we already talked about how if your day-to-day gets thrown off, that hurts you on Saturdays on game day or whatever. So I can see why Tulane is the favorite team on this one.
Some of them are also wondering, some of those Ole Miss players are also wondering, does Lane have a bag for me over at LSU? Tulane's also dealing with coaching change too, right? Their dude left. He's going to Florida, right? Summerall.
Yep. But I think he's still their coaching, isn't he?
Yeah, I think you're right. I think he's coaching the game. And I suspect those players are going to be like, this is their Super Bowl. Not only do they have a chance to be in the CFP, but they also have a chance to bust their ass for a guy who's already believed in him once, just in case he believes in him enough to take him with him. We saw how Cignetti changed Indiana. He arrived with an army of players that knew how to play with each other from JMU, right? Yep. If all of a sudden Summerall takes a large handful of these Tulane guys with them just to instill attitude and desired, these guys already know the playbook and they can help everybody else and stuff like that.
Yep.
Some of these guys on Tulane are going to really want to play. I don't know. Yep. I think I'm betting Tulane plus the 17.5. I don't think they're going to win. I don't even think it's going to be. I don't even think it's going to be close. But if it's a 12 or 13 point victory, I wouldn't, or loss for Tulane, victory for Ole Miss. I kind of see that coming, Now, the other game I feel very differently about. James Madison is number 24. All right. They're getting 21.5 points on the road at number 5, Oregon. All right. That's a tough place to travel to. All right. That's a tough place to travel to if you live in a city. So that like for me, I live in Miami. I go, I don't know. Let's say I go Miami to San Francisco to Eugene. Okay. That's not too bad. Right. But if you're in the middle of nowhere in fucking Virginia, you got to drive like an hour to an airport, maybe to Dulles. I don't know. I just feel like that travel's going to suck for them. And Oregon's going to wake up in their own very comfortable beds. Oregon has a chip on their shoulder on how this season has gone. They have Indiana in their fucking targets, I feel. I really want to see Indiana and Oregon play again, too. I suspect that not only does Oregon cover this, I think Oregon's going to win by like 35.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah. Oregon going to blow them out the water, bro.
Blow them out the water. And I will bet that. I will bet Oklahoma. I'm going to bet Oklahoma and Oregon. Maybe I'll put a little something on Tulane, or maybe I'll do a little parlay with the 3 of them just to be fun and silly. But I'm not touching that Miami Texas A&M game. I just don't know which way it's going to go. The more I think about it, the more I think you're right. But I just, after all the fucking shit talking that Miami was doing. I feel like
what is different year to year with Miami shit talking, and then next thing you know, they don't live up to the shit that they talking about. We've seen that for the last fucking 20 years, bro. So
well put. You're right. All right, I'll put A&M in the parlay also. All right. There we go. A little college football quarterfinal 4-pick, parlay. Yeah. Let's go. Let's see if I got them all. All right.
Right.
I'm excited. Next week there's gonna be a ton of games. There's a whole lot more bowl games, and then there's the next round, the semifinals. Right, all those games are right after the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Or it's a wild couple weeks, and then there's no more college football. So everybody enjoy it while you can, man. Got a couple more weeks left.
Yep.
Then it's gonna be all basketballs.
Mm-hmm.
We'll do a little Florida State basketball check-in. Maybe not next week, but the following week or something. As college football rolls along, we'll it kind of winds up. We'll get into some basketball, and then we'll take a few weeks off. We deserve it.
Yes, sir.
Nobody to coach, buddy. We're not in a bowl game. So, any closing thoughts or anything else before we say goodbye?
Like you say, just interested to see what this offseason brings for us. Already not looking good. Already in the portal looking for another quarterback. I heard Cam Davis is in the transfer portal, and tight end Pittman, who is, I don't know, bro.
Two really solid players for us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, those two hurt. Like I know we got 15 players in the portal so far or whatever, but those two are the ones that hurt. Pittman was solid for us this year, and Davis looked solid for us last year and was promising. And I kind of figured Davis would leave with us bringing in 2 or 3 different portal running backs last year or this year or whatever. So
yeah,
it is what it is now. All we can do is wait and see.
I will say that the running back room is where we were, arguably our deepest position group. So I think we'll be able to get on with that one. The tight end losses hurts more though. I think the Pittman loss hurts more. I think that's a much harder. Those touches are harder to replace.
Well, no, because the running back room ain't that big. We lost Lucas as well. The running back the little speedy back that we lost, and then I want to say another one of the ones that's in the rotation is graduates or whatever. So.
Yeah, I'll bet you $1 billion we end up with 4 more that are incredible, though. We're sort of RBU. You know what I mean?
That's where I'm wondering at, because I don't see the flash in bringing in as much talent this year as we've had the last couple of years. I'm hoping I get proven wrong within the next couple of weeks, but last year around this time, we're getting this player from Alabama, this player from LSU, this player from USC.
It didn't work either, and it didn't work.
No, last year it worked. The year before last, it didn't work. Last year it didn't
really work. I mean,
I meant this year. My bad. I'm saying it wrong. This year, the last year for the players that we played with this year, we did good with, and
we improved. We improved by a few games. We improved.
Yeah.
I would like to see continued improvement, and part of that is continued improvement in how we approach the transfer portal.
Yeah. Right.
I would like to get the right players, not necessarily the player that everybody's going after. I would like to get the right player for us.
Right.
And I'd like to see us invest in the offensive line and just get all the biggest dudes we can get, and just everybody else having a good offensive line.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right, man. Let's wrap this up.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to do Wednesday next week. So everybody get ready. It's really easy. If you just click the notifications tab when you subscribe on YouTube, you'll know whenever we do a show. That's going to be good in the off season when we don't do it consistently. We don't do it weekly. So just saying, I am known. I'm well known. I am legendary good advice giver, right? I am well known as a good advice giver. I'm giving you very good advice. Click the notifications tab on the YouTube page. We appreciate you watching. If you prefer the show as an audio product, it is available via the Bet Your Ash Podcasting Network, BYAPN, be yapping. And you can listen to, excuse me, got all excited when I said that. You can listen to this, like all the shows on the network, at betyourash.com or the Bet Your Ash feeds on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. If you're listening on either of those platforms, do the things, the 5 stars and the comment and all that stuff. It's super helpful. You should do it for any podcast you're listening to. It helps. It's stupid, I know. Comments are dumb, but they really do help on the backside of things. So you can get at us. We're on the social medias. It is all listed on our link tree. It is /National Show, NITIONOLESHOW. Also, all those same links are at national.com, NATIONOLE.com. And we also have the latest episode and some very stylish merch. It will get you out of trouble if you forgot to get presents for your significant other or friends or kids or parents or whatever. Hurry up, hop on the website, order some shit, let them know good stuff's coming. I mentioned our link tree. Also on link tree, you can check out Gangstaville. It is /Gangstaville, GAINSTAVILLE. There you will find links to his socials, all of them, and tons of places where you can stream and download his music. Go to all of those places, listen to all of his music on all of those sites, like it and rate it and follow it and share it and subscribe and all of those things on all of the platforms. That's the best way to support your friends that make music, and Gangstaville makes dope music.
Yes, sir.
Gotta wait till 420 for the next project, huh?
Oh, I just dropped a single, Taco Bell, last weekend.
Oh, a little surprise drop. Yeah, I literally talked to you about music on the show last week, and you didn't mention it, and then you dropped it.
You said the next album, not the next single, though. So
okay, because I'm old, man. I'm talking about LPs, and you know, I'm an old man. When's the new fucking 8-inch coming out? You know,
that's funny.
All right, so Taco Bell, new single. What's the it's on all the platforms or specific
all the
platforms?
Right. Everybody. Apple,
everybody
Spotify,
go listen to the new track now. All right. I'm pretty sure that's everything.
Yep. That's it, my brother.
Cool. Well, as always, even when times are bad, go Noles.
Go Noles.
And you have just finished listening to The National Show with Gangsta, Fizzle, and McGee.